Hello again, everyone. In this episode, we're going to continue where we left off from the last one, which is after completing or assembling the smart car, we're going to program it now. I'm going to show you how to download one of our sample programs, how to modify it, and also how to create a new application program for the smart car. So all you need to do right now is have the program RoboPlus Task 2.0 downloaded as well. If everything's ready, let's get started. Have the robot on, have the controller on manager right now, and open up Task 2.0. It's going to load up like this. It lists all our products that we have in our educational lineup. And what we have is the premium, so we're going to click on that one. Go to beginners, since this is the beginner level, and we click on Smart Car. Press OK to open up, and this is the task program. I'm going to maximize it. This is the program that we have already made up for you to test out your car. And also to have fun with it a little bit. It has two different modes. It has control mode and smart mode. We're going to focus on the smart mode in this video. If you can use 1.0 or task 1.0 for this demonstration also, but for simplicity's sake, I like to use this 2.0. And also it's already been adapted from the CM510 to the CM530. So for those who have older kits, it's not a problem. You can use this code. So make sure that you are using the appropriate controller. So if you have a 510, that's fine. You just make sure that this is set to 510, or simply click on 530 and press OK. Now, to connect it, you come here and click on this. You could do an auto search, and it will automatically find it like you just did right there. Or if you know exactly what port it is, based off of going to your device manager and finding what port your controller is on, you can select it directly and don't have to worry about it. It's a lot quicker. So let's go ahead and download the program. It's going to take a little bit. You heard that beep? That means it's successfully downloaded. So let's try it out. Alright, so since we have downloaded the program, I'm going to show you another quick test to make sure that the build is okay. So you turn it on, and you press, and you make sure that it's in play mode by pressing mode until the play LED is on. Press start and hold down D. You hear the chime, and that's when the self-test mode for the actuator starts. As you can see, RD1 motor or actuator is going right now. If you press U, which is the up arrow, up navigation, ID2 is going. Press it again, ID3. Press it again, ID4. So that's the actuator test, but we also built in the program a sensor test by pressing R. So if you notice, if I put my hand in the front one, both front motors are rotating. If I put my hand away, it doesn't do anything. Put my hand underneath, the back motors are going. So that's how you can test your build, just in case, to make sure that everything is working. If it doesn't work, that means you may want to check your wiring again. So let's turn it off again. Okay, soft mode. Turn it back on. Press start. Let's see it in action. So it advances 1.4 seconds and stops. This is the initial step, or the initial position of the smart car example. But there's two different modes. What we want to focus on is the smart mode, which utilizes the sensors. If you put your hand in front of it, or if there's something in front, it should back off and turn away. If it sees a ledge, it should back up and then go another direction. So let's test that out by pressing down and start at the same time. It's working so far. Awesome. Now let's check out the edge. It worked perfectly. So that means we have a perfectly good smart car. Now that you've learned how to download the sample program, now I'm going to show you how to modify it to get rid of that 1.4 delay, and also how to simplify the selection process between control and smart mode. So let's get started on that.
So what we want to do now is go to line 32 all the way to line 34 by selecting it. And we want to disable this by Control E. What this does is it takes out that forward 1.4 seconds when you first start the program. So after doing that, we want to add a timer. So let's click on here, press space 3 times, go to instruction, execute, and double click on this load scenario here. Now it added a line instruction to the code. What we want to do is initialize a clap counter at the beginning of the program, so that when we want to select which mode we want, it will determine how many claps it has. So let's double click on the first question mark, go to controller device, built-in sensors, and result sound counter. Now what this does is it activates the mic built into the CM530 to listen for some kind of clap. When we click on the second one, what we want to do is make sure that it is set to 0. The common number is set to 0. So we can press enter here. So our counter is set. Now we just need to indicate in the program how many claps does what or means what. So double click here and select result of sound counter. You can just press OK, the circle button, or press enter or double click on it. Now we want to make sure, now when we clap once, we want it to go to control mode. So let's double click on here and make sure that this says 1, that the common number says 1. Hit enter. And so whenever you clap once, the program will go to control mode. So let's do the same thing here, but make it 2 claps. You go here, select result sound counter, select this, 2. Alright, so now we have a program saying that whenever you clap once, it will go to control mode. If you clap twice, the car will go to smart mode. So let's download it.
Alright everyone, so we downloaded the modified program, so let's try it out. We turn it on, press mode select till the play LED is on, and press the start button. You should be looking for any kind of clap or snap. And there it goes. Works perfectly. That's great.
Now that you've learned how to build the car and modify its program, now I'll show you how to create a different program based on the default software so that you can make it remote controlled via the remote controller here and the Zigbee module that comes in your kit as well. So let's get started on that. And so this is going to be our sample program that we are going to be using. This is fully customized, but it's based off of the same principles from our default program. In the first portion, starting at line 4, we initialize the motors to be in wheel mode, which you see in the previous programs. But we set the speeds at 128. And you see there's actually a set speed. What we're going to be doing in this program is actually similar to a manual transmission, set the speeds going one gear higher or a set speed higher. So what we do next is make sure that there's communication from the remote to the car. When there's no data being received from the remote, the car will call the stop function. We want to first look at what direction the car is being directed to go towards. So we have the binary display of the remote. If you push up, that's the ones place. If you push, it goes here, or you see the the second place. Down, third place. Right, fourth place. So if we go a little bit further down, we actually have what I called the manual or the speed setting. If you push 1, it goes at 128. If you push 2, it goes at 256. You push 3, you go at 512. And if you push 4, it goes at the maximum speed that the Dynamics can go at, which is 1023. So let's download this program and see what it does. Alright, so what we do is attach the Zigbee module into the controller, as you can see here, and also have the receiver end be installed in the controller, which I'll be putting instructions in the description below. But you make sure you put the batteries in. Make sure that the Zigbee module is firmly placed in the controller's socket. Okay, so let's turn this baby on. Make sure that the play LED is on, which is the red LED here. Press play. Turn on the controller. And green means go, of course. So let's put this guy right in the front and press forward. So as you can see, he's going very slow, yet he's still operational, right? Remember, we set his speed to 128 before, okay? Or at the beginning. We push 2, make him a little faster. You could obviously tell a difference when you push 2, right? Push 3. Make him a lot more faster, right? Let's go at the full speed by pushing number 4. Oh, there we go. So you're starting to see a little bit more power from the Dynamixels, right? Because we actually set the full speed of the Dynamixels. So the fastest velocity or the fastest speeds that this Dynamixel can be controlled at is now going at 1024 by pushing the 4. But if you push 1 again, he crawls. But if you push 4, goes at full speed.
Today we covered a lot of information. We learned how to download a sample task program to a robot, how to modify that program to do other kinds of things, and even create a new program to convert this smart car into an RC car. Congratulations, you covered the fundamentals of the ROBOTIS Premium Kit. In the next episode, I'll be covering with you the intermediate level of this kit. Until then, have fun, stay creative, and see you in the next episode.